Happy Mindset Monday. My name is Katrina Potter, and today we're going to dive into the emotional root behind skin issues. I'm excited to talk about this topic because the reason that I am involved in health and wellness is because of skin issues. I started off going to my first essential oil workshop with the focus of paying attention to my skin. I had sought out just about everything in the traditional route that I could to manage skin issues, and to no avail. I continued to have skin issues, and I was feeling really frustrated and defeated. And when I was introduced to the concept of holistic healing and looking at my skin as it pertained to hormones and to gut health, all of a sudden things started clicking. And so we're going to talk more about that on Wednesday, of the physical aspects of it. But I think it's so interesting because oftentimes when we see skin issues, we look right to the area. Oh, why do I have this acne? It's a right here problem rather than a right here problem. And what if instead of viewing it as a problem, we looked at it as, what is my body trying to signal to me? What is it that needs attention? Where does my healing focus need to go at this moment? And then we can ask ourselves, okay, is this something emotional? Is this something physical? Is it a little bit of both? What is my body trying to signal? And then we can really dive into healing all of those areas so that our body can experience relief and make that shift. So again, on Wellness Wednesday, we go over the physical routines that we can adopt in order to focus on whatever the topic is for the week. So this week being skin. On Monday, we talk more about the emotional factors, the mindset, the emotional root of the issue. And so if we're looking at skin, what we want to look at is asking ourselves, how do I feel in the skin that I'm in? What is it emotionally that my body is trying to say, hey, pay attention, so that I can make that release? If I am in a constant state of contraction, I'm going to see shoulder tightness, right? Well, our skin is our protective barrier. So if we're in a constant state of protection, a constant state of fear, a constant state of fight or flight, now our skin is going to also experience tension, right? There's this contraction that happens with that. And so today we're just asking ourselves, am I comfortable in the skin that I'm in, or is my skin trying to signal something? When we're looking at skin, our different parts of our skin are connected with different areas. If I have, trying to think of okay, there's an acne map. I'm going to share it on Wednesday, but the face is broken down into different physical areas of the body. So if I have acne on the jawline, that's going to be something different than in the T-zone, yada, yada, yada. Well, it translates for the whole body as well. And so we'll talk about that on Wednesday, but it also translates from an emotional aspect as well. Just as something different physically can go on in the body to cause different skin issues in different parts of the body, it can also be the case when it comes to our emotions. Why does one person experience eczema, another person experience psoriasis, and another person experience acne if they're all pertaining to gut conditions? Well, let's look at, maybe there's a different part of the body that's signaling that, but then also maybe there's a different emotional root factor. So we're going to dive into thinking about that. And I'm going to give you at the end of this a little call to action, something that you can begin to do to make some of those shifts if this is resonating for you, or if you experience some skin issues. So think about, am I comfortable in the skin that I am in? And just listen to whatever the response is from your body. And then if the answer is no, I think today's workshop is for you. It might be something that resonates and can create a shift in your life. So as a reminder, this is a tool. This is not the only tool that you want to have in your toolbox. So if this does not resonate, awesome. That's completely fine with me. Just allow it to come in through one ear and release out the other ear. And that's it. Now, I really enjoy using Louise Hay Heal Your Body book. I think that although I don't believe that it is the only factual, has to be everything that she says, I think it gives us some insight to get into inquiry. So in Louise Hay, the Heal Your Body book, she gives the emotional connection, as she believes, to each of the physical health issues. And there's different emotional connections to the skin. So what I want to do is just read to you what those are from her book. And then we're going to talk about something that you can do to get into action to start making releases. Okay. So the first question is asking yourself, am I comfortable in the skin that I am in? And then the next question is, am I protecting? Am I being overly protected because of something in the environment that I'm in? Is this a call for new boundaries? Is this a call for changing relationships? Is this a call for changing relationships within myself? What is my skin trying to tell me? All right, so the first one is acne. And remember, with acne, there's different types of acne, but I digress. With acne, let me stay focused on what she's telling us. With acne, acne can, so the probable cause, as she lists, is acne is not accepting the self, a dislike for the self. So the question there could be, what is it that I don't like about myself? The next condition, or the next part with skin, is blackheads. Blackheads can connect to small outbursts of anger. So the question could be, what am I angry about? Calluses. Calluses are hardened concepts and ideas. So the question would be, where am I being rigid and not allowing myself to change my mind? The next one, my dog is snoring right next to me. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but I can. The next one is eczema, breathtaking antagonism, mental eruptions. So the question would be, do I feel safe with myself? The dog is really snoring loud. Okay. The next question, hives, small hidden fears, mountains out of molehills. So the question there would be, what am I afraid of? With this, I think of the example when someone says, I struggle to do public speaking because I break out in hives. So my question would be, what is the fear connected to public speaking? Is it a fear of tripping over your words and looking stupid? Is it a fear of people judging you? What is the fear? Because once we identify the fear, we can release it, and then potentially, maybe we'll see a shift in the hives. All righty. And then the next and the last one is just skin in general, or rashes in general. So with rashes, this connects it to irritation over delays, or a way of signaling attention. So the question would be, is this your body trying to get attention, or are you needing, is it a cry for love? Are you needing love within your relationships? So that kind of signals different areas. And then the last part is just skin issues in general. And remember, protective barrier. So once we have those looks, like blah, look at what is it that you have going on physically with the skin. Then asking whatever was highlighted there, asking the question. Now, the next part is, as we're in inquiry, is trying to pay attention to what it is that our body is signaling us, but we want to do something with that. Okay, we're aware. Yep, that resonates. Now we're going to start making shifts. And so some of the things that I enjoy doing is like a light and easy release work is looking at maybe a meditation or a letter to ourself. And actually, what I would suggest rather beyond a letter to ourself is a letter to our skin. Now, as we're just sitting down, it could be acknowledgement. So the letter can be broken down into 3 different parts. So I'm going to give you an example. If I'm ready to make a shift with my skin and I'm ready to release beliefs that I've been holding onto in order to establish some new beliefs as it relates to my skin, it might say something. Okay, so our letter would have 3 parts: acknowledgement, release, what do we want next? So it might sound like acknowledgement is the first part. Dear skin, I recognize that I have held a lot of hatred towards you and have held a lot of fear in my skin. Release. I know this belief is no longer serving me and I am ready to let go of it. What do you want next? In an effort to release this and establish a new belief, I am ready to love you. I am ready to blah, whatever. I am ready to, you want to say what you do want. So I am ready to feel comfortable with my skin. I am ready to whatever it is for you. What you want to try to avoid in your letter to your skin is saying something what you don't want. So I no longer want to feel fear, because when we're doing that, it doesn't really release it. All it does is reaffirm it, because when we're working with release work, if we say what we don't want, our brain doesn't really connect the don't. So it ends up being, I want more fear. So hold on. I just have to, Paisley. Got to tone down that snoring. If you could hear that, I'm just going to take a pause on the snoring. So when we're looking at the release work, just asking ourselves, okay, what am I ready to step into? Now, the letter with the skin, you might think that's silly. I'm going to challenge you to do it, because sometimes some really cool stuff comes up. And the letter, I gave a minuscule example, super short, but my challenge would be to see if you can really see what comes up as you're writing that, and just get quiet with the mind and allow that release to happen. So that would be one thing. You can also do meditation where you're imagining that you're having a conversation with your skin. You can do it with any organ of the body and just see, like if you have knee pain, just see if you can get into a meditation and have a conversation with your knee. I get that it's different, and also it's a really cool way to connect with the body and the messages that the body is providing in order to step into that next layer of healing. So for today, the intention is to just get really curious with what is it that my skin is trying to signal to my body, and listen to those messages. And then once we are in acknowledgement of what those messages are, see if there's a new message that we're ready to step into, or a new belief that we're being called to step into. All right, that is it for today. On Wednesday, we're going to talk more about the physical things that we can do to improve the health of our skin. Today was more on the emotional aspect. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. My email is katrina@yourlifefuel.com, website www.yourlifefuel.com, and on Instagram @yourlifefuel. All right, that's it for today, everyone. Have a great Monday.